All right, good afternoon, class, and welcome to week number 7. That is right, week number 7 of your 7314 class, which is your reference class. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. J.S.K. Austin. And what we are going to do this week in our check-in video is I am going to say a few words about the LibGuide assignment. I'm also going to say like one or two words about the Wikipedia assignment. That'll be because those two things, in this case, there are two questions that I can probably answer at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then after I do that, I'm also going to do a few state of the course updates. And then finally, I am also going to let you all know that there is going to be another video in the check-in video announcement for this week. And that's because, well, I will explain why that second check-in video is going to be there. Give me 1 second here. Okay, and actually I will go ahead and kind of explain that now. So there is I was asked a question about the LibGuide assignment in the questions area of this course, and that question was something that I probably need to actually use like these check-in videos, both this check-in video and the previous check-in video, to kind of address, because it's not really a simple yes or no answer to it, but I can and will do that. And since usually I do the LibGuide check-in video a little later in the semester, but it looks like people are already starting to work on it or starting to make plans to work on it. So since you all are working ahead in this fashion, I'm going to go ahead and do the LibGuide check-in video a little earlier than I would normally do it. The LibGuide is still not due until the end of November, I believe. Let me double check here, but I believe it's due the end of November. Yeah, November the 28th. We do have the Wikipedia assignment that's actually due earlier. It's due on October the 23rd, but the Wikipedia assignment, here's the difference. Like the Wikipedia assignment, which I'll probably make my check-in video for that next week. The Wikipedia assignment, a lot of my students say they generally finish that within 1 to 3 days. The LibGuide assignment takes a bit longer. So even though the LibGuide assignment is due after the Wikipedia assignment is, the LibGuide assignment is still something that can go ahead and put that buzz in your ear because it's an assignment that does take a little longer to complete. All right, give me one more. All right, so actually let's first do state of the course. One thing that I want to bring back to you all's attention is that the discussion number 5 that you all just got through in week 6, that was your last discussion post for a little while, okay? So I do want to go ahead and remind you all that now discussion number 6 will not be due until November 13th. So discussion number 5 that you all just finished last week, like I said, that's going to be the last one you have in the month of October. And you've only got 2 discussion boards left, one in November and one in December. So now you can really, really turn your attention to still keep doing your readings and everything, but now you can turn your attention to getting really into that semester-long project, trying to get those questions answered. And again, my guidance is to probably answer between 5 and 6 questions per week, or if you haven't started yet, 6 to 7 questions a week, and that way you will still finish the assignment in plenty of time before the due date at the end of the semester, okay? But you no longer have the discussion board posts, and so that should save you some time there that you can redirect that time into completing your semester-long projects and other assignments that you have in this course. All right, so some other things to look at as we do this state of the course update. Again, we, as far as our assignments that are due, or that are left to do, that's a better way of stating that. As far as our assignments that are left to do, we do have this Wikipedia edit assignment, due on October 23rd, the LibGuide on November the 28th, and the semester-long project is due on December 12th. Now, what I want you all to realize with both the, Wikipedia edit assignment and the LibGuide assignment is that, even though there's language that is kind of guiding you to do this or that specific type of topic within the LibGuide and the Wikipedia edits, I want you all to know that you don't have to do those 2 assignments on the same topic. That comes up every semester, so I might as well address that now. You can do a much different topic on your LibGuide than you do on your Wikipedia edit assignment. They do not have to be the same topic. They do not have to be related topics, okay? So that's the first thing I wanted to mention, but I also want to mention that I don't care about you doing something that's scholarly or doing a topic that is quote unquote important or something like that. I am relaxing the standards on, I keep that language in there to protect myself, but I am relaxing the requirements in that you can do something that just basically interests you. You can edit a page that interests you for the Wikipedia assignment, and you can make your LibGuide focused on any topic that is interesting to you, as long as you can fulfill the requirements that are in the rubric for the LibGuide. Okay, and there is a LibGuide rubric. I do evaluate on that LibGuide rubric, so please pay attention to what is in the LibGuide rubric. And yes, excuse me. You are unsure as to whether or not a topic will actually fit, whether or not I will allow a topic. If you want to just make sure that your topic that you want to do your LibGuide on is going to be something that I will allow, go ahead and email me at austinj@missouri.edu, any place, any time, any town, and let me know. And usually the only reason why I would say no, you can't do that topic is because I might think that the topic is maybe too narrow, or there won't be enough of a particular type of source type in order for you to actually complete the assignment and fit and accomplish all the prongs that are on the rubric. So I will, if you want me to approve your topic, I will, but more than likely your topic is fine. Now, there are a few other things that I can say about the LibGuide. First of all, when it comes to submitting the LibGuide, if you want to, there is a way to actually share a link, and you're actually going to see how to do that. You're going to see how to generate the link, and then you can just copy and paste the link. You're going to see that in the big LibGuide video that I will be pairing with this video in the announcement. And again, I recorded that video several semesters ago, but that video was good in that I had a lot of students perform much better on the LibGuide that semester than in previous semesters. And I think that's because that video in particular, however it was, my delivery allowed my students to be more at ease, and so they went into the assignment with the goal of enjoying the assignment, and they did. And that is the goal that I want you all to have at this point right now as well. Actually, for both the Wikipedia and the LibGuide assignments, I want you all to enjoy those assignments, okay? And that's why I am allowing you to do whatever topic you want. And again, if you want to just make sure that your topic is viable, then go ahead and email me. But again, I want to give you the opportunity to enjoy this type of work, and so the way to enjoy this work will be to do a topic that you enjoy. I also do want you all to know that when it comes to the LibGuide, you can use whatever helpful resources are available as long as you are doing your own work. But when I say that, what I mean is you can find there are plenty of tutorials, LibGuide tutorials on YouTube and everything. I'm going to have a LibGuide sort of a tutorial thing from SpringShare that I'm going to put in the assignment that you all can log into and view with the login accounts that you have for LibApps. But also, I don't mind if you all have access to a coworker or another student or a friend who knows how to do LibGuides. I don't mind you all getting help from that person, walking you through the process, and even like going through and adding LibGuide boxes and other features with you. I am perfectly fine with that. Because really, when you're learning databases and software applications and libraries, the way you're going to learn it is a lot of times one of your coworkers is going to show you how to do it, and they're going to walk you through it. So you have to be able to learn in that way. So I am perfectly fine with you all. It won't be considered cheating if you have somebody assist you in putting the LibGuide together, as long as all they're doing is assisting. Now, what they cannot do is put the thing together for you and then put your name on it and you pass that off as your work. If I find out that you've done that, that'll be cheating. But you can get somebody to help you put the LibGuide together. That is actually perfectly fine. Or if you want to get that experience out of it of going it alone, by all means, you can do that as well. But yeah, you probably want to find some LibGuides that you like. Just Google, even if you Google the term LibGuides, you'll see some good ones out there. You can also Google for LibGuide tutorials. You'll see some on YouTube. You'll see some in other places and that sort of thing. But this is kind of a discovery assignment. So you go out there and you find the tools that you need in order to make the best LibGuide that you can. But a lot of this is self-directed. If you do need to be pointed in some directions, let me know. But a lot of this is self-directed and on you to go out and discover what can be out there for you to help you put together the best LibGuides that you can for yourself. All right, and you'll see some other things in the other LibGuide video that I show you. You'll see some other things that are like frequently asked questions. For instance, a lot of people do ask, okay, how do I submit this? Now, the real answer to that is because all of these LibGuides go into one folder, which is the Austin Fall 2022 7314 folder. Because they're all going into that folder, I should be able to access them all from there anyway. However, if you want to save me some time, which I will appreciate, and what you can do is in the submission portal, and you'll see this toward the end of the other LibGuide video as well, but in the submission portal, you can actually enter text, and what you can do is you can copy and paste the link to your LibGuide there. And that way I can see it there, access it, and get it in and that sort of thing. Please do not password protect your LibGuides. I have people who do this all the time. They password protect them and then they don't tell me what the password is. When you do that, I can't see the LibGuide, okay? So, and it does take time to track you down and get the password from you or get you to unprotected and that sort of thing. The best thing to do is just to not put a password protection on your LibGuide. Please, if you can avoid that, avoid it. Other things. You will also see, for those of you who ask, okay, how do I add a database? Because the little database feature, it doesn't list the database that I want to add to my LibGuide. You will see the answer to that in that other video as well. But basically what you'll do is you'll copy and paste the URL of the database as a link. And if you don't know what I mean by that, then there's going to be a specific point on the other video that you can kind of scroll to. And once you scroll to that, you'll see what I mean. So you don't actually add the LibGuide. you don't add the database as a database. You'll actually add it as a link, and you'll copy and paste the proxy link from Mizzou into, or whatever library, into the LibGuide space as a link, but it's actually going to show up as a database. Again, if that's confusing for you, I'm going to have the minute mark that explains what I mean there on that second video, and that way you can kind of get what you need there and not be confused, okay? And then just some other pieces that I wanted to mention. First of all, yes, I know for those of you who have not been exposed to LibGuides before, otherwise have not worked with them, when you get into that rubric, it's a pretty big rubric. Let me actually go in there now. Excuse me, Lord. So yeah, it's a pretty big guy, but that's not where I'm going to actually get it. Neither is that. There we go. All right. It is a pretty big rubric. I do understand that. So it's a lot to look at, and because of that, it does make students nervous, and I get that. One thing that I want you all to realize is that you probably actually are not going to get a perfect score on the LibGuide, and that is okay. So a lot of people are perfectionists. A lot of my students in this library science program have been perfectionists. I've never been a perfectionist, but that's just me. So it is a little different for me to deal with perfectionists. And so for those of you who are perfectionists, just get it out of your mind right now that you're going to get a 25 out of 25 on this assignment. If you can get that, that's great, but that a failure to get a 25 out of 25 is not an actual failure, okay? So one thing that I want you all to kind of think about as you're going through this is that you all are doing this at the student level. You all are still students, and because you all are still students, you are going to be evaluated as students. I'm not really expecting professional level work from you, but at the same time, what's going to happen is when I do evaluate these, I am going to, unfortunately, they're going to be, the nature of this assignment is that there are going to be unstated expectations. That's just kind of how it is. For instance, one unstated expectation that I'm going to have is that you're not going to have a LibGuide that requires a whole lot of scrolling, where you're going to scroll down and down and down and down in order to get the information, because that's something related to, trying to make your LibGuide easily navigable for the differently abled. So if you have a patron who is differently abled, and some of those disabilities, if those people are required to just scroll and scroll and scroll to get the information, it can actually be a barrier for them as far as access and trying to understand what's going on in the information medium. So if you find yourself creating a situation where people are having to scroll down a lot, what you should probably do is add some more tabs and some more boxes and find another way to logically arrange your sources so that your LibGuide is more easy to navigate. Okay. So that's one thing. Another thing is that this class is actually set up so you don't have to have like a perfect score in order to get an A. So you can actually get like a 20 or a 21 on this assignment and still get an A overall in the class if you're doing really, really good work elsewhere. So this is an assignment that it expects you to actually miss 2 to 3 points, and you can probably miss 4 points, maybe even 5 points, and still be doing very well in the other areas of the class and still get an A in this class. So I want you all to be aware of that, because I do have a lot of students that are like, I just really want this A and blah, blah, blah. And no, first of all, I'm going to tell you that your GPA doesn't actually matter. That's something that a lot of professors won't tell you, but I'll tell you that here. When it comes to earning a library science master's degree, unless you are going to one of the better academic libraries, your GPA is not going to matter. What's going to matter is that you completed the degree. All right, so if you're going into a public library and you have even if you have like a 3.2 GPA, you're going to be fine. And that's something that a lot of people don't realize as well. But yeah, these employers are not looking for 4.0 MLIS GPAs. They're just not. And so when it is good that our students want to be such great achievers, but at the same time, that's not what the employers are looking for. People who will come to work every day, do a good job, contribute positively to the organizational culture, and, do things such as being a team player or treating library users well and that sort of thing. If they feel that you've got a great personality, you're going to get the job ahead of somebody who had a 4.0 GPA in their MLIS program. And I'm just keeping it real. It's really that simple. They do not want some freaking bookworm who can, pass a class with an A+ without any issue. But then that person, if they have bad people skills or they seem like they're going to make the work environment hostile or unfriendly, then that person's going to be even with their 4.0 GPA, they're going to be at a disadvantage to somebody who looks like, oh, this person might be fun to work with. This person might be somebody I enjoy working with. It might be somebody that library users enjoy working with. That person is going to have the advantage, and that's what I want you all to realize. It is not all GPA. It is personality as well, okay? And I didn't get where I am because I'm smart or because I'm handsome. I got where I am because I was willing to talk to people at conferences when a lot of other people were not. That's something you all might want to remember. All right. If you have any questions about the LibGuide, by all means, post them in the questions area of the discussions, or you can email me again, austinj@missouri.edu, any place, anytime, anytown. I'll try to get back to you within 48 hours. And that is that. Don't be worried about the LibGuide assignments. I actually have done all of the LibApps, putting you all into the LibApp system. So if you did not get a welcome email yesterday or today, by all means, today being Tuesday, October 4th, by all means, go ahead and email me and let me know, okay? But I think everything that you need to know about in order to go into the LibGuide and be successful there. Oh, actually... See, and I got ahead of myself. No, I didn't look at the rubric. I'm in such a hurry to kind of wrap this video up because I know it's lingering and there are other videos that I'm going to do. But I should still be able to keep this under 25 minutes because I'm not going to go through this rubric point by point right now. I can't remember at this point if I did in the other video. But what I will say is I know this is a big rubric, but don't be intimidated by it. But pay attention to what's in here, including when it comes to the video tutorials. You all have a video tutorial component to this. Don't forget to do that. Every now and then I have a student that does forget to do it, and they lose all of these points because they forgot to do it. So don't forget to do your video tutorial. Also, don't forget that the video tutorial needs to be about 3 minutes long. Now, I give a grace period of about 15 to 20 seconds. So if it's like 3 minutes and 20 seconds, you still won't lose points. But at some point, yes, if you go over 3 minutes, then it is going to have an effect on your grade, okay? So make sure you look at the LibGuide rubric, and if you have any questions about the rubric, you can also ask me those questions. And that includes if you're not sure about finding, or if a source, if you're trying to find a source that fits one of these categories. By all means, let me know if you're having trouble, and I can give you some guidance on that. And a lot of students take advantage of the guidance that I'm willing to give there, because this can be a challenge. This particular prong right here is probably the hardest prong to meet within the LibGuide assignment. But yeah, that said, I'm going to stop it right there. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you're working on those semester-long projects, as well as getting started on your LibGuides. And then also next week, I'll talk a little bit about the Wikipedia edit assignment. Make sure that you keep in mind that with the Wikipedia edit assignment, I will be checking for proper APA usage, okay? And I'll be grading those, I'll be grading your virtual reference practice assignments throughout the next 2 weeks, all right? So that should be it for me there. I am Dr. Jace, and you cannot complete the race if you don't run the race. So give it your best shot, and if you give it your best shot, then you know, you'll probably be at least somewhat successful, even if not perfectly successful. All right. I look forward to talking to you all next week. You've been a great class so far.